So buying used camera gear can be a little bit stressful because you never know what you're going to be getting. But today I want to talk through just a few steps that are worth taking whenever looking at used camera gear online, what things to look out for, potential scams to avoid, and how to get the best deals possible. Alright, so before we go looking for an actual camera to purchase here, I want to talk about why you might want to look for a used camera in the first place. And obviously the main reason is it's cheaper, right? You can save a pretty substantial amount of money on used cameras or other types of camera gear, but camera bodies in particular. See, camera bodies don't actually hold their value as well as something like lenses. Camera lenses tend to hold their value pretty well, but a camera body depreciates in value pretty quickly. Obviously, you could get a brand new camera and you'd be set for a little while, or you could wait a year and then go onto the used market and get a significant discount on that same camera body. For example, you're watching this on the Sony FX30, which is $1,800 when it came out, I think, about $22 if you have the XLR handle, and I got it with the XLR handle used for $1,300. Basically, every piece of camera equipment that I buy is always used. This Lumix S9, this was an open box. That's another great way to save some money. I got it for $1,100 after taxes. So I'm kind of in the market for buying two cameras at the moment, and that's, again, I buy cameras a lot. I buy and sell cameras a lot. So the two that I'm looking for at the moment are another FX30 that I want to use for my second channel, my gaming channel, just for live streaming. A little bit overkill, I understand, but I'm also going to be using it for my professional work, so it's sort of multi-purpose in that sense. And secondly, I actually want to try out a Nikon. There's a few reasons for that I'm going to get into in another video, but I'm looking for a used Nikon ZF, and I'd like to find one at around $1,400, which I think would be a really good price. So that's what we're going to do today. I want to just show you a couple of things to look out for, websites to avoid, websites to look at, and ways to try and find good deals online. Now, the first place that I tend to look for, just to try and gauge a bit of used prices, is Google. Google has their shopping system, so you can just type used Nikon ZF, and here we have a bunch of options. Obviously they're going anywhere. This is new, I think. That orange looks so sweet though. $1,900. Okay, so probably about 1,900 to 2,000 new. Here's one already for $1,438. That's on eBay. Now there's a few different camera websites that are fantastic for buying used cameras. That would be MPB, which you can see here, Adorama, and B&H, and KEH. There's a handful. Those ones you're probably always going to be fine with. I wouldn't worry about buying anything from them. They're very reliable. So if you're wanting to play it safe, KEH, B&H, Adorama, and MPB are all pretty good. I think MPB is the one maybe is the least familiar with for a lot of people, but they're all pretty good. They all have good return policies, all that kind of stuff. I wouldn't worry about that. Same with, honestly, Amazon have like used cameras as well. You're pretty safe there. What people often want to know about is things like eBay. Okay, so let's pull up this one that's here on eBay. So it is $1,438, $39 used. So that's seems like a pretty decent price for a camera that's not all that old. You're getting about $500 off. So the first thing that I do whenever I look on eBay though is look at who's selling the product, right? Is it being sold by a company or is it being sold by an individual? And how is that individual's sort of track record so far? So you can see that over here. So this is being sold by Kitamura Camera, and they have a really good review rating. Okay, so 98.9% positive ratings, but they've only sold 220 items, which isn't a whole lot. So if we look for another one, we can probably find plenty of these on here. Nikon's ZF. Here's one, $1,448, roughly the same price. Now this one seems to actually come with a little bit more. You got a box, you got all the stuff, which is kind of nice to see. But again, here you got a 99.6% positive review, and they've sold 234,352 items. That's a really good sign, right? That is a really good sign for buying used camera gear. If it's somebody online on eBay and they've sold like less than 50 items, you're running a little bit of a higher risk because you never quite know what it is you're going to be getting. So once you find like maybe an eBay page that you like, okay, so someone like Used Photo Pro or Robert's Camera seem to be pretty good. Another thing you want to look out for on the camera is just go through the photos and check the cosmetic quality of the camera. You probably don't want to get one that looks like it's been absolutely beaten to pieces, right? Because if the outside has been beaten to pieces, chances are the inside has as well. So, you know, here we've got pictures of the sensor. It looks nice and clean. You're still going to run the risk because you're buying it online, but you know, just look through the photos and make sure that you're happy with the condition that it looks like it's going to be coming in. This one looks pretty good. Obviously, there on the bottom there, we've got maybe little specks. This really looks like it's in very, very good condition, and again, at a good price, and they're open to offers, which is really nice because you can throw an offer at them and see how willing they are to come down. Now, another really important thing that you have to do is go down to the description. Look in the description and see what it is that they've said about the camera, because they will list any defects in there. The nice thing is, if they don't, let's say the camera is actually for parts and they didn't list that, if you buy it and it comes broken, but they didn't tell you anything about it, you can actually complain through eBay and get it returned. We'll talk more about returns here in a second. So this company's page seems really nice, actually. So they've got a whole grading system, which is really nice, from mint all the way down to poor, and ours is sitting in excellent, which is nice. Here's a really important thing, the shutter count of a camera. Now, if you're buying a camera for video purposes, they don't actually use the shutter very often. A shutter count is how often the mechanical shutter has been actuated, and different shutters have different lifespans. Okay, so some will maybe recommend to be used no more than 150,000 times. Others maybe more like 300,000 times. So what you do is you'd Google that camera, check to see the sort of expected lifespan of the shutter, and then go from there. Under 10,000 is great. That means that this camera has taken less than 10,000 photos, which is really low for a camera. So overall, there's nothing about this that is telling me that this is a red flag. One other thing that you might want to look into is whether or not they accept returns. So here, we have this section here that says returns, 30-day return privilege, buyer pays for the returns, and all items over $1,500 will incur a 15% restocking fee. Seems professional, seems good. It's nice to at least have the option. The 15% is a little annoying, but we're under that $1,500 price point, so we don't need to worry about that, and all we'd have to do is pay for shipping, so that means that we don't need to worry too much about having to return it. So again, this page looks fantastic, and the fact that he's open to offers is really, really great. So to me, this actually looks like a really good deal. So what I'm actually going to do is I am going to make an offer. They're asking $1,448. I'm not going to lowball them crazy hard, but I do want to just, that first offer is just to gauge how much they're willing to come down. So I'm going to throw $1,300 at them there and see. You could go maybe a little lower, maybe $1,250. You know what? Let's just do $1,250. This is a little low. This is very low, but we'll see what they do. Oftentimes they'll respond and they'll offer you maybe $1,400. They've come down $50. Sometimes they come down to $1,444, right? They'll take $5 or something off. At which point you're like, okay, they're not actually all that flexible. But that's good to know either way. So we can go ahead and just submit this offer, and we'll find out down the line, see what they're willing to do. Now, eBay is not the only place that you could look. Let me tell you about one website that I would just highly recommend. Just avoid it at all costs for camera gear, and that is Mercari. You may have had different experiences through Mercari. My experience with Mercari is it is full to the brim of scams, and you should probably just avoid it at all costs. Obviously, I have been on here just because I was looking for a bit of research for this video, but on here, if I look up a Nikon ZF, let's see what we find. There's actually not very many on here, maybe because it's not a super popular camera. So let's try something else. Let's try an FX30. Right, FX30. So here we have an FX30 bundle for $1,100. And as immediately you can see, the seller has gotten 0 reviews, 0 sales. That's a big red flag. This is not something that I would touch. If it seems too good to be true online when you're buying a camera, it is. It's just not worth it, especially when you're spending well over $1,000 on camera gear. It's just not worth the risk. Here's another one, 960. Again, seems too good. Yep, 0 and 0, because it's probably a scam. There's probably a bunch of those on here. Here we go, $588, and it's sold. 0 reviews, 0 sales. Somebody got scammed. Sorry. So, yeah, that's a bit of a shame. There's so many of these on Mercari all the time. I would highly recommend just don't use Mercari. I just don't think it's worth it. There's too many scams on there. I would stick with eBay, MPB, KEH, B&H, Adorama, Amazon, stuff like that. Now, the last one I want to talk about is actually Facebook Marketplace, because Facebook is where I typically sell all of my cameras. So Facebook Marketplace is an interesting page that you can search for used camera equipment, because you might get lucky or you might find absolutely nothing. I would imagine there's not going to be any used Nikon ZFs anywhere near me, but we'll look it up anyway. Yep, nothing. Okay, we got dresses. Cool. Yeah, nothing. So, oh, there's one here. $3,200. Okay, it comes with some lenses. That's not so bad, I guess. That seems really, really high. Okay, here we go. Here's one here. So, Nikon ZF full frame, $1,579. Not too bad. Okay, so that's pretty far from me. That's really far from me. But let's say we were going to go with this. It comes with He says he can include the 40mm, that'd be nice, but overall looks like it's in decent condition. Still has the original box, original charger, all that kind of stuff. And oh, here, this is good. Immediately he is showing the shutter count at 88. That's nothing. Okay, so basically a brand new camera in theory. So this one looks good. Now if I was to contact this guy, I could reach out and I could ask him, you know, if he'd be willing to come down on the price a little bit, and maybe we'd meet at like $1,400. But one thing I would highly recommend on Facebook is to offer cash and cash only. If you're buying a camera, don't get anything shipped. Don't do any of that. You might be able to get a good enough deal that it's worth you driving 100 miles to go and get a camera, but I would just highly recommend not buying anything and getting it shipped, because you have no return policy. You aren't able to check out the camera in person, so you really don't know what it is that you're going to be getting. So I actually did get scammed one time on Facebook Marketplace, and it was for a used Sony a7R III, and I got a really good deal on it for a good reason. He told me that the viewfinder wasn't working, so I was like, okay, well, I can live without a viewfinder, I don't really use them anyway, and I was able to get it for $1,000, which is nothing for at the time for a used a7R III. So I bought it, and it arrived. Now he told me the shutter count was about 30,000. Whenever I got it, it was at 230,000, and the viewfinder didn't work. Neither did the screen. So I had absolutely no way of monitoring the camera. The HDMI port worked, so I could put an external monitor on there, but it was basically broken. The guy ghosted me. I couldn't get any of my money back, and I lost $1,000. I had to sell it for parts on eBay and lost a couple of $100s in the process. And from then onwards, I decided I'm never buying anything on Facebook again without checking it out in person, right? Testing it, being rigorous with it, making sure that it is what he said that it was going to be, and making sure that it works, and then handing over cash and not doing anything shipped. So that would just be my 2 cents. Now the reason I say all of this is because you can get some really great deals on used equipment. I know a lot of us out there, like us camera people, especially on YouTube, we like to recommend new stuff, but don't get overwhelmed and don't feel like you have to spend $6,000 on the newest camera, because a camera that came out 2 years ago will still take fantastic images. So if you're worried about budget, if you're worried about, you know, how much money you can spend, it's totally fine to buy used camera gear. There's a lot of really good used cameras out there. People buy and sell cameras all the time, so you can get some really great deals, and I'd highly encourage you to give it a go. But again, be extra cautious. Always look for products that have returns. Look for people who are well respected and have a lot of positive reviews, and make sure that you check everything, look at all the images, look at all the details in the description, and make sure that the camera that you're getting is what you need. So I hope this has been helpful to you. If it has, do hit the like button, drop a comment, or maybe even subscribe as we continue to build this channel. I'm sorry that today I sound a little bit fuzzy, and it's been a little while since I posted a video here recently, but I've been pretty ill and the weather here has been abysmal, so filming anything outside has been a nightmare. So hopefully we're getting back on track here in the next couple of weeks, so we'll get back to more regular uploads in a little bit. But I appreciate all of you for watching. I hope you have a great day, and we'll see you in the next one.